Welcome to part 2 of our interview with Connor the Hurricane Huen. I'm the Yacman Ryan Yacovetti of MMA with Yac&J on brawlerstv. Randy J to my right.
Of course, like always.
So,
Connor Huen, again, talked about the whole Elite XC fight. Talked about how you felt about coming over a injury of like a broken jaw and come back to win as you did this last one. You were at the fight with Kimbo Slice. I must ask you, did you see that fight going that way with Kimbo Slice? And did you hear anything about a stand-up paying off for standing up in that ring?
You know, at the time, I didn't hear anything about it. I remember I was just walking out. I was actually standing behind the curtains. They called me out and then told me, oh, it's postponed. You got 10 minutes. You can go back to the dressing room. And I was like, no, I'm not going back to the dressing room. I want to stand here. I want to feel this. You know, I was looking out and there was, you know, thousands and thousands of people. And then my corner started talking about, you know, that Kimbo wasn't fighting. And I was like, dude, I don't want to hear it. Like, I'm just trying to have my moment. And I felt that, you know, I was a little disappointed, obviously, that my fight didn't air. And I was disappointed that that whole spectacle, I thought, really brought down the integrity of the event and sort of cast things in a negative light. And there were so many people on that card who did what they came to do, fought their hearts out. Seth fought his heart out, Kimbo fought his heart out, you know, and to have all this drama and all the behind the scenes stuff with the promoters, you know, that's not what I'm in it for. I'm just in it to bare my soul and to find out about myself, find out who I am and to show everybody who I am. And I think that everybody who goes out there and fights, you know, they deserve that respect, and to have boxing promoters, you know, messing with it, you know, all the money involved, all those things, I think those sort of take away from the purity of the sport. You know, as the sport becomes more and more popular, we are sort of, you know, it's going to go that way. Once you get money involved with things, you know, it starts to corrupt things a little bit. But, you know, it is what it is. Kimbo got knocked out. I mean, it happens. You know, it doesn't happen to me, but I hear it happens to the best of them.
By the way, that's why we remain forward, to hang on to our integrity. It's very important to us.
Real quick, don't you think, and I've been saying this to Ron for a little bit now, is that since Kimbo's lost, don't you think the fans are going to get exactly what they wish for? I mean, everybody wants to see Kimbo facing a superstar, someone like, you know, Frank Shamrock, someone like Tito Ortiz, someone like Tim Sylvia or Andre Arlovsky. Now, since he's lost, there's no big, you know, hype on him. Don't you see Elite XC just throwing him into the wolves kind of thing now, just to get that money out there?
Maybe. I think that would be silly. It would be a shame for Kimbo. I think it was a shame that he was thrust into the spotlight like he was. I think it was great that he was able to turn his life around and have an opportunity to be an MMA fighter. I think it's the best career in the world, but I think he should, you know, he should start where the rest of us started. I don't think he should fight Andre Arlovsky. I think he should be fighting in TFA. You know, get some fights against some up-and-coming guys. Fight some guys who are 3-1. You know, the idea that he's being paid $500,000 a fight, that's absolutely ludicrous. I think he should be an undercard fighter. You know, sure, he's a big name, sure, he's a big draw, I understand that, but I think that's a lot of pressure to put on the guy. And I know that he stepped up to it, and I know he's a huge fan favorite, but I think now that that's happened, now that the chips have fallen where they did, I think now that may be the best thing for him. Allow him to rise slowly, and maybe 2 or 3 years down the line, maybe then we'll see him fighting those top quality guys. Right now, to feed him to Arlovsky, what does that do? It just shows him getting beat. Arlovsky's going to tear that guy's head off. I think there's a lot of people out there who grip him up. He's been shown that he has, you know, very little ground game. He's been shown now that he has a suspect chin. You know, that stuff happens, but I think to throw him to the wolves, I don't think that's the right thing to do. Maybe that's what to do with an organization like Pro Elite or Elite XC, where they're just trying to get, you know, large viewing audiences and do things like that, but there's a lot of exciting fights out there. Gina Carano, Cyborg, that's going to be a hell of a fight. That's an evenly matched fight. That's something I want to see. Kimbo Slice versus a top competitor, that doesn't interest me.
Right, I said this to Randy when he brought that up. He thought that now they can throw caution to the wind because he's already been beaten, so the bubble's burst. But I thought, well, if the bubble was burst against a guy like Petrozelli, then why would you think he would have a shot against an Arlovsky or an Ortiz? Let me ask you this, as a fighter, you're a guy, you're trying to make a living, right?
Yep.
You included, as a professional, you want to do this full time, you want the money. How, as a guy like Kimbo Slice, is it hard to have the opportunity when they make you the prime guy, you're the headliner, you're the top of the show, and say, no, I'm not ready, I'm not tested enough, I haven't fought my way to the top yet?
You know, I don't know. That guy's getting $500,000 for that fight.
Right.
That type of money, I've never even thought about anything like that. I got $5 grand for my fight. But to me, I know I have my integrity. You know, when you go out there and you have that type of money, I mean, that type of money could corrupt, man. I probably would fight anybody for $500,000.
Including Kimbo?
Yeah.
You would have stepped up, wouldn't you?
Are you kidding me? Yeah, I mean, he's a big, strong, powerful guy, but you know, everybody's got a weakness, and you know, I'm sure as hell not going to tap to him.
Definitely would not. We got to wrap this up. Where can people find out more about you if they're looking for you online?
You guys can check me out, myspace.com/chaos creative. That's CHAOS creative. For those of you guys who are spelling challenged.
For those of you who can't spell the chouse.
And what's next for Connor Huen? What is he going to do now?
You know, I'm just going to keep fighting whoever they put in front of me. They, you know, they put me with Berto, who they wanted to win or thought that he was going to win, put me in the blue corner. My colors are red, guys, red and white. Those are my colors. I'm in the red corner. Red, all right, if you look at any MMA card, red corner is who they want to win, blue corner is who they think is going down. If you bet on the red corner, 99% of the time, you're going to win. Quit putting me in the blue corner. I'm going to knock out or beat down whoever you put in front of me. I don't care who it is. Whoever's next, man, let's do it.
So I guess you're going to find Connor Huen, the Hurricane, in the red corner next fight. Yac&J, MMA with Yac&J, Connor Huen in the house. We're here, brawlerstv.com.
Let me thank my sponsors real quick, if I can. Just Melee Fight Gear. Those guys have stood behind me from day one. Those guys are great guys. Thanks a whole lot, Melee. You guys rock. Thank you.